Hey guys, Rich with Project F30. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching again, and I'm really excited to say that these things right here, these kidney grills, are fixing to turn black. I'm really excited about it. It's a quick $10 mod that you can do, just 2 cans of Plastidip, and you can change the entire look of your BMW. Some people aren't really fond of Plastidip. I'm personally trying it out for the first time, so I'm actually going to see if you like it or not, if I like it or not, and then we'll decide if we want to keep it on the F30. But for now, it's a great $10 mod if you don't want to pay anywhere upwards of $50 to $100 for new grills, and it gives a nice matte black finish. I'm going to try it out and see how it looks for you guys. Okay guys, so as you're looking in the engine bay, there's a couple things that we need to do. If you're looking at the kidney grills right here, you need to be able to pull these out, and there are 3, 6, 8 clips on each one that you need to pull out, and the easiest way to get to them, I know people that have fashioned tools to get to these clips, but I don't want to break any of them because I'm going to need to put them back in. So you have to take a look at your engine bay right here. There's going to be some T25 and T30 screws that you need to pull out. There are 2 of the T25 screws here and here, right behind the headlights. And then there is about 6 screws here, here, and here that you'll need to pull out from the front end in order to pull this piece down a little bit. And of course, the first thing that you're going to do is take this weather stripping right here, then you're going to pull it out. Should come out very easy. And then you can place it on top of your engine bay, wherever you're going to hold that. But that is easily the first step, and then you start pulling out the screws. Make sure you place these in a safe spot. They do have washers, so keep those handy and make sure not to lose any. There is a good reason that they're there. Should come out fairly easily. Just a little turn and then you'll be able to wrench them out. I'm using a ratchet because I don't have the screwdriver attachment or the nut driver attachment to pull these out, so these are the next best thing. Now, just remember that these right here up against the lip of this piece is where you pull those 6 screws out, okay? And then you should be able to pull this piece, and there's some clips here that you'll have to release in order to get this thing to wiggle a little bit. It just really takes a second to pull, and then these clips release. Then you see it's going to feel really flimsy right here, but don't be afraid, because that's just enough for you to be able to get behind these grills and find those clips. Once you start pulling these clips, just remember that the top ones you push down, and you should be able to feel them, and you've got to be able to lodge them on the way out gently. Don't be careful not to break these clips. Alright, I was able to get the first one out. Just remember that you've got to pull this thing hard enough for you to get your hand underneath here, and I'll show you what the clips look like. So if you're looking at the kidney grill, you've got a clip here, 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 and here. So there is 8 clips, right? And they look like this. So it's got a little nub in the middle, and that's what you're pushing down with. And so when it's set up on the grill like this, excuse me, wrong side. So it's set up on the grill like this, you're literally pressing this piece in and simultaneously trying to pull out. Don't pull too hard or you break the clips, but you've got to pull enough to separate it. And since they're incremental, you have to move it little bit. So you're going to get a piece a little bit out, and then you're going to have to move on to the next one right next to it, and then pull a little bit out, and it's going to show a little bit of a gap. But once you pull that out, you're golden. Okay? Now, the cool thing about it is, now that we're done here on one side, it's easier to get to the other one, because now you can get your hand fully behind the kidney grill here. So you can press that. You see how it moved a little bit? And that. And that. And there. Okay. And then got the 3 on the bottom. There. There. Oh, see, now I just set it back in, so that's easily my fault. So if you do that, if you're not careful, you gotta start the whole process walking the kidney grill out again. Yeah, those were a little bit of a booger, but if you just have some patience and wiggle the grill along with trying to press the tab, you can finally get it out. So now what you're going to want to do is grab your cans of Plastidip. Alright guys, I took an additional step and made sure that these things were clean. So I actually soaped and watered these and dried them off to make sure that there's no water droplets. You don't want to have any water droplets on it if you're going to be spraying it down with a Plastidip, because it'll bubble. Even though Plastidip is very forgiving, I wouldn't imagine that you'd want bubbles in your paint. This stuff is pretty easy to use. You can get it at any hardware store, any Lowe's or Home Depot or anything like that. Costs about $5 a can, roughly that. This is the matte black. You want to make sure that you hear that rattle? You want to make sure that you shake the heck out of these, maybe for 2-3 minutes or so before you even start spraying, because it does have to be mixed, and the entire can needs to be distributed evenly before you start spraying. You're gonna have uneven coats and things like that. But more importantly is, this is a rubberized type coating, plastic coating. And the issue is that if you don't have it mixed really well, then it's going to cause issues with bonding. Rarely have I seen that because it's very forgiving, but you want to make sure that you do it anyway, just as a precaution. So when you spray, you're going to do it in light coats. So basically, the first one is going to be about 6 to 8 inches out, and you're just going to do a light brush. You can see it a little bit already where it's coating. And then basically all you want to do is let that dry, because it's going to have to bond to itself. You don't want to go too thick on the onset, and then eventually it will start coating on top of itself. You're going to need to do about 4 or 5 good coats. Okay, so I've got a second coat down. You can already start seeing where this is starting to bond to itself. You want to give it about at least 5 minutes between every coat so that it dries on itself. And then you can layer on another light coating and just continue to do light coatings until the chrome is gone. Remember that you've got chrome on the inside and the outside, and you want to make sure that it covers the entire base of it here so everything is uniform. As it starts to get uniform, you're going to stop seeing these spots and it's all going to fill in the way it needs to be, and then you'll be all set. So just continue spraying and then you'll be just fine. Yeah, these are starting to look pretty good. You're starting to get rid of all of that. Well, you see a little bit of chrome over here, but it's starting to get rid of that. And we're getting to a good point. Let's say this, I might not have chosen the exact right day because it's kind of windy outside, but you got to make sure that you're not having too much wind blowing it around. So if it is a windy day, find a shelter. If you don't have a shelter, wait till the wind kind of dies down a little bit, because you want to make sure that you have smooth, even coats for coats 2, 3, 4, and 5, because as you go, they're going to get thicker and it's going to become more important to the finish. So just be really careful. Right now, things are looking pretty good. We've got this with about 3 coats. We're going to go about 2 more, but everything looks pretty even and pretty good, and that ripple is going to come out just a little bit. Man, this thing looks really weird without a grill. All right, so what I ended up doing, guys, is while I was waiting for everything to dry, I actually put back all of the screws right here. Because all you're going to do really is, once everything dries and you're ready to put everything back together, you just snap that joker in place, pop it in, and then everything will clip in, and then you yank on it just a little bit just to make sure they're secure, and then you'll be good. Damn it, I think I got a little bit of overspray on my phone. All right, guys, well, if you can see here that the grills are turning out really nicely. This is its last coat. I don't think I'm going to do another one. It turned out to be a nice matte black, and it's still drying and settling, but as it settles, that ripple kind of goes down and it flattens out to make this nice coating. As soon as we get those finished, we'll come right over here and we're going to pop them into the original locations, and then they should just clip in and we're done. All right, here we are. I think we are ready to pop these back in. So make sure that you have the right side on the right side and the left side on the left side. So they will not fit any other way, so that's pretty mindless. And you're going to take the grill and slide them right into here. And then it is going to clip into place just like that. And voila. So don't grab them prematurely because you're going to mess up the finish on the grills. But then once you're ready to put them back in, it's a very easy process. I'm being a little gentle with it just in case, but you will hear all the clips clip in, and then just make sure that it's secure by sticking your fingers in here, and you can pull to see if there's any loose spots. But it looks like everything's sealed in pretty easily. So, man, I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks really good. So here we are. This is finished product. We've got it back on the car. Everything looks pretty good. I like the way that it came out. I wasn't expecting it to actually look this good. And it was very easy to do. And I was mistaken. At the early part of the video, I said this was a $10 mod. I only used about 3/4 of a can, maybe even less than that. So it really ended up being a $5 job. And so that just means it was a $10 job with benefits. So with that being said, maybe I'll use that Plastidip on something else. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope this is something that would at least get you through, and if you really decide you want to go black, it's a quick and easy mod to see what it looks like. And if you like it, great. If not, you peel it off. So the more coats that you put on, the Plastidip you can peel right off. Or if you're going to turn this car back in, it's a great temporary mod for you to just do in the meanwhile and then end up getting rid of later. So anyways, hope that made some decisions out there. Alright guys, this is Rich with Project F30, and thanks so much for watching. Thanks.